drugs coming in on the VIX, but there's some news coming in on the FTC or the fixed dose combinations where the government has now moved to the Supreme Court to possibly ban those 344 drugs. Remember that it was an order which was put out by the government all the way back in March of 2016 for those 344 drugs, but there was a stay order, so essentially pharma companies can still sell these fixed dose combination drugs, but nonetheless it seems as though the government is quite hell-bent in terms of getting those drugs off the market. Remember that most of the companies have actually, kind of changed their business model to accommodate not selling these FTC drugs, to basically make them adhere to what exactly would be regulatory in nature. For example, Corex, Pfizer's biggest drug, they did announce it just some time ago that they're not going to be selling that Corex version anymore. They're going to be selling different versions of Corex in the market in order to be a part or not, come under the 344 fixed dose combination drugs. We have Ashmit joining in for more details on this. Ashmit, go ahead.
Right, so what we are picking up is that the government, as expected, has now appealed against the Delhi High Court order. Just to bring the facts of the case on board, what we understand that in March of last year, that's March 10th to be specific, the government had come out with a notification, and under that notification, 344 fixed dose combinations had been banned. The government's reasoning in the notification is that the proper licensing rules have not been followed, that necessary clearances have not been procured, that proper procedures have not been followed, that the drugs, there is no therapeutic efficacy to the drugs in question, that it is on grounds of public health that the government is seeking to ban them, and that was the stance that the government had moving forward. Expectedly, the pharma companies had appealed in the Delhi High Court. There were over 450 applications that the Delhi High Court heard from various pharma companies, and then subsequently later that year, later in 2016, the Delhi High Court had quashed that notification, allowing these pharma companies to proceed with selling and retailing of these FDC drugs. And now what's crucial here is that the government is still standing firm on its argument that it is acting in public health. It has now appealed, in fact, just this morning appealed before this apex court against that FDC order. What we understand is that in the coming few weeks is when we'll see the action pan out. But clearly, the government insisting on its position and insisting on action against the 344 fixed dose combinations. Back to you.
Absolutely.